guys, what's going on? Lucas Sacco here. Today I'm bringing you guys a video about the Voiceless voice deck, or the Silent Force deck, whatever the TCG name turned into. I'm pretty sure it's Voiceless Voice, but I'm going to show you just a few of the combos for that. I even like how you can play through hand traps and what it does through hand traps, but I'm just going to start off with a basic combo of Novox, or now it's called Low. Normal summon Low, effect of Low, it's going to place something in your spell and trap zone. So we're going to play Silent Forcing Barrier. Then we're going to activate the effect to add Saphira. This is probably the best card for the archetype since it does a lot on its own. We go activate effect, send. It's going to go ahead and put Skull Guardian in our hand and send this to graveyard. Keep in mind it actually does send first before adding, and the add is optional. So if you just want to put this in the graveyard but you don't have any rituals left in the deck, you can totally do that. Now we're going to go activate the effect of Saphira, banish itself to Ritual Summon. And the way Ritual Summoning works is, since it's Tribute first and then Summon, it's going to Tribute the Novox off of our field for an entire Tribute, then Special Summon the Skull Guardian. And the specific wording on Low or Novox is, if you Ritual Summon exactly one Light Warrior or Dragon that requires tributes, you discard. That's not the effect I'm looking for. Here we go. If a Light Warrior and or Dragon Ritual monster is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. Since we tributed first before special summoning, because that's how ritual summons work, we can go Chainlink 1 Skull Guardian, Chainlink 2 Novox to special summon from the graveyard. We can use Skull Guardian to go ahead and add ourselves a Saravis. Now that we've added Saravis to hand, we can end our turn by link summoning to Dynamondo. You might be thinking, hey, why'd you make Dynamondo? And the reason that we make Dynamondo is because during our opponent's draw phase, we can activate the effect to tribute summon itself, or to tribute itself to special summon from graveyard. We're going to summon back out Skull Guardian, which triggers Novox to summon again, and then we can use Novox's effect when summoned back in my opponent's draw phase to then place the trap from deck. So off of just one card, we were able to get to a negate with Skull Guardian, a pop with the trap card, and a targeting negate with Saravis. So that's it for the one card combo. Now I'm going to show you what happens if you draw just Diviner. So with just one Diviner, what we're going to do is we're going to normal summon Diviner and activate the effect to send a fairy from deck or extra. It's going to send Trias Hierarchy from the deck to graveyard. We're going to use the effect to tribute off the Diviner. And the reason we're doing this is because Diviner has an effect at the bottom here that says, if this card is tributed, special summon one level 2 or lower fairy monster from your hand or deck. This is also important because it can be tributed by other means, not just by your monster effects. So if you draw enemy controller and Diviner, a play you can do is normal summon Diviner, effect, chain enemy control, tribute off the Diviner, and then you can chain block the effect to summon from deck by, like, let's say an Intis effect. So we can get a pop and a special summon in the same chain link and chain block the summon from deck. But here we're going to use the effect and summon out Novox. Novox effect. It's going to place the Silent Forcing Barrier, and we're basically going to do the same thing we did in the first combo of Silent Forcing Barrier to search. And with the Silent Forcing Barrier, we're going to add Saphira, activate Saphira effect, send itself from hand to graveyard, send the ritual spell from deck, and then add Skull Guardian. Activate the graveyard effect of Saphira, banish it to special summon out the Skull Guardian, ritual summon it. We can do Chainlink 1 Skull Guardian, Chainlink 2 Novox again, special summon out, get our add, and we can add the Saravis. And then here you have a couple different options. You can pass here, or we can do the thing we did in the first combo, which is link into Dynamondo. So we basically have the same board, except we also have a Trios Hierarchy on the field, which is not terrible. It's a good tribute if you open multiple engine cards, and I'll go ahead and show you what happens if you do open those multiple engine cards. This is a 2-card combo with Diviner and Pre-Preparation of Rites. I'm going to show off that combo really quickly. Diviner effect, send from deck, dump the Hierarchia. Hierarchia effect, tribute off the Diviner. Trigger the Diviner effect, summon Novox. Novox effect to place the Silent Forcing Barrier. Then we go effect to add and add Saphira. Now we can go activate Pre-Preparation of Rites. This card is absolutely broken. It adds 2 cards from deck to hand at the same time. So in doing so, we're going to add the Skull Guardian to hand, as well as adding the Ritual spell to hand. And you might be thinking, what are we going to search off Saphira? We already have Skull Guardian. Easy, we're going to activate Skull Guardian, send that spell from the deck to the graveyard, like usual, and then we can actually add the Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph Dragon to hand. This card is basically just a spell negate. It has other effects, like summoning a monster from the extra deck, but that effect doesn't really do too much. You should still play an Odd Eyes monster in your extra deck, just in case. That effect does resolve though. So for the rest of the combo, we go activate the effect of Saphira to Ritual Summon. We're going to tribute off the Novox as the entire tribute. Summon out Skull Guardian. Once again, we're going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Special summon out, get the search. Except for this time, we're going to search for... Here he is. Saravis, the Sagely Voiceless Voice Dragon guy. It's the main deck effect monster for Saravis. Right. Now we're going to go activate Silent Forcing Prayer. We're going to tribute off this Hierarchia. And then it's going to Ritual Summon out the Dragon Ritual monster here. And then we can special summon out our Saravis guy by shuffling back 2 spells from our graveyard to the deck. And boom, this is the end board. We have a spell trap negate, or a spell negate. We have Saravis tag out into a other Saravis. Hey, this is post-editing Lucas Sacco here. I realized I made a little bit of a mistake in this combo. The Saravis main deck monster, when you use this effect, he actually returns to hand. I accidentally clicked to shuffle it back into my deck, but please keep in mind that card does return to your hand. And this card is a summon negate for an inherit summon, so Diabell Star is a good one, Little Knight's a good one. Being able to negate those summons and also banish the card is really important. And then it puts itself in your hand, so then you also have the effect to negate a targeting. In this combo, I'm going to show you how you can play around hand traps and stuff, and I know this is a pretty specific hand here, but this can actually be a couple different things. It can be any mix of Silent Forcing Barrier, a Saphira, and Low. You just have to have 2 out of those 3 cards to get the combo done, and a Diviner here, and this does play through hand traps. So we're going to go Normal Summon Diviner effect. And this is what happens if they imperm your Diviner or they ash your Diviner in some way. They try to get you to stop playing. They interact with your Diviner. You can go Silent Forcing Barrier, get Novox. Then we can go Saphira effect, send itself to send the ritual spell, add Skull Guardian. Then next we obviously use the Saphira effect in graveyard to ritual summon, tribute Novox, Chainlink 1 Skull Guardian, Chainlink 2 Novox. We're going to get the Skull Guardian's effect to add Saravis, and then in the next chain link, we're going to go Novox effect to place from deck. We're going to place the trap card here, and the trap card actually has a different effect besides just popping. It says we can shuffle a Light Warrior or Dragon Ritual monster, or 1 ritual spell from your hand or graveyard into the deck, and if you do, take 1 Silent Forcing monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or special summon. We're going to use that effect, shuffle the Saravis right back into the deck, summon out a Saphira, the Wise Silent Forcing or Voiceless Voice, whatever the new name for it is, but we're going to summon Saphira from deck because it's a 6. Now that we have a Diviner that's a level 2 tuner into 6, we can Synchro Summon into Excel. When we Synchro Summon that Excel, we're going to use the effect to special summon out Diviner from Graveyard, and then we can go ahead and make a Baron de Fleur. So off of this, you still have a negate, you have a Baron negate, you have a trap card, and you played through Imperm, so they already hand loop themselves for 1. Not to mention this does set up follow-up because we have Saphira, we have the Silent Forcing Prayer in Graveyard to float onto a Saravis when they out our Skull Guardian. Has quite a few different disruptions, and it's pretty layered. This is a sample deck list for the Voiceless Voice deck. Obviously, the starters are going to be maxed out: 3 Novox, 3 Saphira, 1 of this guy, 1 of the trap card, 3 of these, 2 rituals, 2 Skull Guardian, 1 Saravis, 1 of this guy. You need 2 of these. This is important. If you play with 1 of these in your deck, I've seen someone do it, you know who you are, but you're going to lose. If you open this card, it doesn't let you activate Saravis or the Saphira effect, so you do have to play 2 of the card. It's also just good cover-up, a good follow-up, good protection in the graveyard, being able to summon out your Saravis from deck. The Pendulum Graph is here to help increase the board's power. I think this card is necessary because the board is still a little bit weak without it. Then we have 3 Diviners, the 1 Trios Hierarchia, 3 Pre-Preparation of Rites because this card adds 2, it's broken, 3 Nadir Servant. This card is it's really good. It's a great consistency card in this deck, especially because you don't really touch your extra deck that much. But off of 1 Nadir Servant, you can get a lot of advantage. A lot of different ways to disrupt stuff, and there are a few different Nadir Servant targets in this extra deck I don't currently play, but I'll go ahead and throw a few of those up on screen here. And with the Nadir Servant, we do play 1 Maximus. Just how the package works. You can dump a bunch of different things. It just helps with the consistency. Dump Garura, add Maximus, get a draw, summon Maximus, dump Herald, get a search. Quite a bit of stuff that you can do there. And then when you do end up ritual summoning, you can tribute the Maximus because it's light. And then I played 2 Talents, 1 Called by, 3 Econ, 3 Cosmic, 3 Imperm. These are the best non-engines of the format. And with this deck, it is good to have things that you can use when you're going first, but also this deck doesn't have the best ability when going second, so playing things like Enemy Controller, Cosmic Cyclone, Imperm, Talents, those all help you go second. Pretty good. Especially with the neat interaction I talked about with Enemy Controller and Diviner. This basically outs any board. It's very strong. A few different things for the extra deck. The Excel combos in here. Diviner, sending the Intis or whatever else you need it to, and also having the Diviner or the Intis here to send the Nadir Servant matters. This is the one Odd Eyes monster that you can summon off of the Pendulum Graph. It's important because this card is pretty good follow-up from the field. It just has a slow imperm effect on your turn, which is really good for breaking boards, especially because this guy has 3000 attack. But that's it for the video, guys. I really appreciate you watching and tuning in. Thank you for so much support on the Snake Eye video and the past couple videos. I really appreciate it. But thank you so much. You guys have a great day.